Hi, my name is Dave Hudspeth, and I'm going to teach you 25 different tricks with a stripper deck. Now, as you know, a stripper deck is slightly tapered at one end, so that if you were to take a card like the Ace of Spades, remove that card, turn it around, and place it back into the pack, you'd be able to feel the edge of that card and strip it out. Let's assume you've stripped that card out to the top of the pack. Now you want to reveal the card. One way to do it is by dropping the cards and having the Ace of Spades turn face up. Another way to do this is by simply rubbing your finger on your arm. When you rub it once, twice, and on the third time, that card will actually rise up out of the pack. You can also take these cards, place them into the card box. Put the cards into your pocket. Snap your fingers, reach in, and pick your very own pocket. These are some of the tricks that you can do with a stripper deck. A few more that are kind of neat, we're going to do right now. Look, let's take the Ace of Spades and lose it back into the pack again. Really, I'm not losing it, I'm going to control it, but watch closely. Ask them how many weeks are in a year. They'll tell you 52. So you deal down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 52. Put these cards back on top of the pack. How many months in a year? Well, there's 12. So deal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 cards. And now ask them how many days in a week, and they'll tell you 7. So deal down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Put these back on top and say, do you know what time it is? Why, it's time to find your card, the Ace of Spades. Another way to do this is by taking the cards, reaching up, and actually plucking a hair off of your head. Wrap it around the pack and give it a tug. That'll cause the Ace of Spades to rise out of the pack. And you can also do it by telling a little bit of a story that I like to tell using a paper bag and explaining that the deck of cards is a captain, crew, and passengers. And that the cards go into the bag, which represents a ship. And the sea got very rough. And a lot of the people got thrown overboard. And the ones that didn't get thrown overboard hopped into a lifeboat and sailed away. But only one person remained behind with the ship. And that was the captain. What was the name of your card? The Ace of Spades. Why, what do you know? That's also the name of the captain. And now for the explanations. We're going to go ahead and use the same card, the Ace of Spades. That card is removed, reversed, and replaced. And of course you have to control it to the top. The way I like to do that is just by simply stripping that one card out, act like I'm cutting the deck, put it right on top. Nobody will know. To get that card to flip over, what you do is push it off to the side a little bit like this. Come from above with this hand. These fingers will cover the fact that that card is pushed over. Drop the cards onto the table. Air pressure will cause that card to flip face up, thus finding the Ace of Spades. The next one that we did is where the card rose out of the pack. And we did this by simply touching the arm, touching the deck, touching the arm, touching the deck. But on the third time that I did it, what you do is you extend your pinky and cause that one card to rise up out of the pack. The next one that we did is where we picked our very own pocket and the cards were placed into the card box. Now remember, the card is still controlled to the top of the deck. Place the cards into the card box, and as you go to close the flap on the card box, simply pull back on the top card, their card, close the flap underneath it, put these into your pocket, and then you'll be able to reach right in and pull out their selected card. Next one that we did is an educational type trick, which is where you have the card not controlled to the top, but second to the top. So to get it second to the top, just bring it to the top, reach in, pull out any card, look at it, put it on top. Their card's second from the top now, no big deal. Ask them how many weeks in a year, they'll tell you 52. Deal down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 2. 1, 2. Put the 2 on top of the 5, put all this back on top of the deck. How many months in a year? 12. Deal down 12 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Place these 12 back on top of the deck. How many days in a week? They'll say 7. Deal down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Put these on top of the deck. Then say, do you know what time it is? It's time to find your card. Turn over the top card, and there it is, the Ace of Spades. The next one we did is where we took an invisible hair or thread, wrapped it around the pack, and caused the card to raise up. The way you do that is by holding the cards like this, pluck a hair, wrap it around, pantomime pulling up, and as you do, this thumb will simply kick up the selected card. So from the front, it looks like that, and you found their card. And for the last one, the story trick with the Titanic and all that, take the bag, take the cards, once again, control their card to the top of the deck, put them into the bag, and as you do, hold back the top card and clip it here at the top of the bag. There's their card, and you clip it here. Tell the story, do the whole bit, reach in, and then show that you found their card, the ace of spades. Okay, now for a few more tricks. Hi, what's your name?
I'm Dottie.
Dottie, nice to meet you. We're going to do a few tricks here, and I want you to watch closely. Just say stop anytime at all.
Stop.
Right there. We'll remove this card, and I'd like you to take a good look at it. We'll show it to the camera. That card will go back into the pack. Nothing funny here. The cards will now go behind my back. Now, Dottie, do you want your card to be face up or face down?
Face up.
Face up. If I bring the cards out, wave my hand over the pack. Look, one card is now face up, and I believe that's your card.
Yes, it is.
The ace of diamonds. Great. Dottie, look, I'm going to take these cards, give you half of the cards, and I'll take the other half. Reach in and take out any card that you like. Don't let me see what it is, but show it to the camera. Then place that card back over here in my half, and we'll close this all up. Now, Dottie, you gave me one card.
Yes.
I'm going to go ahead and give you a card.
Okay.
But before I give you this card, Dottie, what card did you give me?
The 8 of diamonds.
You did?
Yes.
Well, you must be an Indian giver.
That's my card.
Yes. Dottie, look, we're going to take these cards, give them a little bit of a mix, and what I want you to do is just once again say stop anywhere.
Stop.
Right there. This time we'll take a different card.
Okay.
They're all different. Look at it.
Okay.
Have you got it?
Yes.
Show it to the folks at home. We'll place that card back into the pack just like this. Dottie, I'm going to ask you something. Your card is now lost into the deck, and I'm going to pick up half the cards. Tell me your favorite number lower than 10.
4.
4. I'm going to deal 1, 2, 3, 4 cards. What card did you pick?
Ace of spades.
The ace of spades. And there it is, the ace of spades. Let me now show you how those tricks were done. One of the ways that we did this was by having the cards reversed and replaced. The way that I like to do this is by simply riffling the cards or dropping them till the spectator says stop. At that point, you then push the card forward that they chose. Then pivot that card around and show it to them. Now you've now reversed this card so that when it goes back into the pack, you can control it. For the first trick we did, we didn't control it anywhere. We just had it reversed so that we could strip that card out. Place the cards behind your back, under the table, wherever, out of sight. Ask them if they want their card to be face up or face down. Whatever they say, you do the same thing. You just take their card out, turn it face up, put it on top of the pack, and then cut the cards. Now, if they say they want their card face up, bring them out this way. Show them their card is face up. If they want their card face down, bring the cards out face up. Spread them this way and show that their card is face down. That was the first trick. The second one was Indian giver. Now, this is a nice trick because you give them half of the cards, you keep half, but make sure that their half is turned the other way. They can remove any card at all. In this case, let's use the 3 of diamonds. They place it back into your half and cut the cards. Since it's in your half and it's facing the opposite way, you can feel and control that card. Now this time we don't strip it out, we actually cut right to it. You can feel the edge and cut right to the 3 of diamonds. We'll take that card, cut, pull it off, and start to give it to them and say, what card did you give me? They say the 3 of diamonds. You say, oh, you must be an Indian giver. Give that card back to them. And for the last trick that we did, which was number please, we took advantage of that same principle by having a card simply selected, pushed out, reversed, placed back into the pack. In this case, it's the 2 of spades. And once again, we simply cut right to that card, ask them for their favorite number, and as we go to pull cards off the bottom of the pack, we do what is known as a glide by simply just pulling back with these fingers and taking the second card. So I count 1, 2, 3, and on the 4th one, which was the number Dottie named, I really did take the bottom card, and you've now found their card, the 2 of spades. Now let's talk about a few more things that you can do with the stripper deck. One thing you can do is glimpse the card. Let me show you what that means. Let's assume that they selected a card, you reversed it, and replaced it. In this case, the ace of spades. That card goes back into the pack. Now, they know what the card is, but you don't know what it is, and you want to find out. Glimpse the card. See, if you reach down, you can feel where that card is. Give it a little cut, and look at the card as you cut the cards. Now, you're looking right at their card. You cut right to it. Just cut the cards. Do it a couple of times. Now you know what their card is, but they don't know that you know what their card is. So then you say, keep saying the name of your card over and over. Keep saying ace of spades, ace of spades, ace of spades. They'll swear you never looked at the card, but yet you knew what their card was. You've got them fooled. Another thing that you can do if you wanted to is force that card. Let's just use the ace of spades again. We'll have it set up ahead of time in the pack reversed. Now they don't know that it's like that. Cut the cards, shuffle the cards, do whatever you want. And then simply reach down and cut right at the ace of spades, show it to them, and say, would you remember that card? And place it back down. Now you've forced that card on them, but they don't know that you know it. Another good thing that you can do. You can also, let's assume that they selected the ace of spades, you've reversed it and replaced it, and you want to find that card. You can do it with the help of a napkin or a handkerchief. Just simply cover the cards. Even with the napkin or handkerchief on the cards, you can still feel where the card is. You can reach down and cut right to the ace of spades. Blows them away. There's a couple more tricks you can do with a stripper deck. Let's assume that they chose this card here, the ace of spades. You place this card back into the pack. Tell them that you're going to find their card. Simply reach in, pull out one card, the 9 of diamonds. Was that your card? They'll say no. Well, are you sure? They'll say yes. Set that card aside and then cut the cards again. Say, I'll find your card this time. Reach down, cut the cards and say, there's your card, the 9 of diamonds. Was that your card? They'll say no. Say, well, it must have been the ace of spades then. Nice little trick. How do you do it? It's simple. Simply have one card reversed on top of the pack before you even begin. It doesn't matter what that card is. Don't worry about it. When they pick their card, you have it reversed and put on top of the card you reverse. So now there's 2 reverse cards on top of the deck. Now when you cut these into the middle, you will not strip out one card, but you'll strip out 2 cards. So by pulling out that, you're showing them the 9 of diamonds, but what they don't know is that right beneath it is their card, the ace of spades. You've done what is known as a double lift in magic. So once again, it's in there. Pull it out. Say, was that your card? They'll say no. Are you sure? They'll say yes. Put these 2 cards as one on top of the deck. Get rid of the top card. That's it. Cut the cards again. Now say you'll find their card this time. Reach down and cut right at that reverse card. It's the 9 of diamonds again. Say, was that your card, the 9 of diamonds? They'll say no. Are you sure? They'll say yes. Then you say, well, your card must have been the ace of spades. Let's have another card selected. Just say stop anywhere. Right there? Great. Take that card. Get a good look at it. Remember it? Good. Place it back into the pack just like this. Then I'm going to wrap the deck in a napkin. This way I can't see what I'm doing or why I'm doing it. Wrap the cards up just like so. Nice and tight. Then take a knife and insert this into the pack. Rip away the paper, and with any luck at all, we should have placed that knife right by your card, the ace of spades. How do you do it? Very simple. In addition to the napkin and the knife, you need a stripper deck. Have the card reversed, replaced, but don't control it. Just leave it in the middle. As you go to wrap the cards into the napkin, it's a simple matter of just starting to pull that one card out. Pull it out a little bit like that, and then wrap the cards up. Now what you've done is you've made a ledge back here. I'll leave this exposed so that you can see it. And then take your knife and come up under this card and push in. You're now right below their card. Rip it all away and show that you've found their card, the ace of spades. Here's something interesting. Take half the cards, turn them face up, shuffle them into the other half, giving yourself a real big mess of cards. Face up, face down. Ask someone how long it would take them to straighten that out. They'll say a minute, 2 minutes, whatever. How long would it take them to straighten it out if you put the cards behind your back? Well, they'll say maybe never. You say that's because you're not a magician. Bring the cards out, and of course they all face the same way. How do you do it? It's easy. When you take these cards and turn over the top half, you turn it end for end so that when you shuffle them together, The face-up cards are facing different from the face-down, and then a simple matter of just reaching and stripping out the cards, turning them over end for end behind your back. Just do this a few times. You don't even have to see what you're doing, and all the cards will be facing the same way. Take a shuffled pack of cards. Show the audience that the cards are shuffled, all mixed up, every which way. Put the cards behind your back. Play with them behind your back just a little bit. Then bring them out and show them that you have now separated all the reds and the blacks from each other. How do you do it? It's easy. All the red cards face one way, all the black cards face the other way. When you shuffle the cards together, it's just a simple matter of behind your back just stripping out bunches of cards and moving them to the top. Sometimes you can do this all in one motion, sometimes it takes a few. But nobody knows and nobody cares, and you've separated all the black and red from each other. Here's an interesting variation of the red-black color separation. First, have the cards well mixed, but have the red cards facing one way, the black cards facing the other way so that you can strip them out. Spread the cards face up on the table. Have someone name any black card. Let's assume they say the ace of spades. Take that card and turn it end for end upside down. Put it back into the pack. Any red card, let's use the queen of hearts. Do the same thing. End for end, face down, in the pack. Square the deck up, give it a cut, give it a shuffle, turn the whole thing over, face down, and start to strip the cards. Now what you're doing is separating the red cards from the black cards, and of course the black cards from the red cards. And when you've done that, you'll find that you have one card in this half, the ace of spades, and one card in this half, the queen of hearts. But the interesting thing is that the red card ends up in the half where all the cards are black, and the black card ends up in the half where all the cards are red. After you do this next trick, people will not want to play cards with you. Take the cards, reach down, give them a cut right to the ace of clubs. Take the cards, reach down, and cut them again, and this time you'll cut right to the ace of hearts. Now you know how I'm doing this. I've reversed the aces ahead of time, so that way I can reach down, feel it, cut right to the ace of spades. And if I wanted to, I can actually reach down, cut, get the last card, the ace of diamonds, and that's all four aces. Maybe that was a little too quick for you. Let's slow it down. Sure we will. Let's take the aces and place them back here in the separate parts of the pack, just like this. Now those aces are lost in the deck. All I have to do, though, is give it a little snap and a cut, and I can get the ace of clubs to the top, the ace of hearts to the top, the ace of spades to the top, and you got it, the ace of diamonds to the top. Same thing, those aces were reversed, and when they went into different parts of the pack, it doesn't matter where they go or if you shuffle the cards, because you'll be able to strip out not one card, but four cards at once, just like we did at the very beginning. Just strip those cards out, put them on top, snap your fingers, and show all four aces back on top. You'll have a lot of fun with this one. After years of practice and self-deprivation, I found that I can actually reach down and cut exactly 26 cards. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, and 26. You can do it every time. You know how? 26 card is reversed. That way I can feel it. I set it up ahead of time. Just reach down, give it a cut, count out 26 cards, you'll fool them. I'm going to try something a little bit harder with a pack of cards. Instead of cutting exactly 26, let's cut an odd number, maybe an even number. Let's see what we've got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cards. Now the hard part is to try to cut 10 cards again. So let's see, I'll just reach down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I did it again. I wonder if I can do it a second time, or a third time actually. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'll be a son of a gun. I did it again. Let me try one last time here. That feels about right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cards. Well, remember, that's 10 here, 10 here, 10 here, and 10 over here. How do you do it? It's so easy. All you do is have the 10s reversed so that you can cut to them, strip every 10th card. And then you just reach down, cut off 10, and when you reverse count them on the table, the 10s will be on top. It's a good trick. Take a pack of cards and have them shuffled. You can shuffle them, somebody else can shuffle them. It doesn't matter because we're using a trick deck, remember? After you have the cards well shuffled, deal them out into 5 poker hands. Now, for those of you that don't know, a poker hand is 5 cards in each hand. So you're actually dealing out 25 cards. Get the cards dealt out, then show each hand. Show the first hand that you dealt as being not a whole great hand, a very great hand. The second hand, so-so. Third hand, could be better, could be worse. Fourth hand, nothing much there. And of course the fifth hand, your hand, not a whole lot there either. Doesn't matter though, because you weren't trying to cheat, but now you will. Take the cards and re-deal them. Deal out another 5 hands of poker. And this time when you're done dealing, everybody and everyone will be amazed at the fact that you now ended up with not just 2 or 3 of a kind, but an actual royal flush in spades. How do you do this trick? Super easy. These cards are reversed before you begin. They can shuffle the cards as much as they want. You strip them to the top. So the first time you deal them out, they end up as the first card of each hand. Deal out 5 hands of 5 cards, pick them up in any order, put them back on top of the deck, re-deal them, and you'll end up with these 5 cards in your hand. Here's one of the last things that I'm going to show you with the stripper deck. It's called a key card. Now, a key card in magic terms is where you know the bottom card of the deck, in this case the ace of spades. If someone selects any card out of the pack, they look at it, put it on top of the pack, and then you cut the card. You don't know what their card is, but you know your card that's going right on top of their card, thus making it very easy to find their card. You just find the one below your card. Now with a stripper deck, this makes it so easy because if you take, let's use the ace of spades as a key card, reverse it, now you can shuffle the cards, they can shuffle the cards, it doesn't matter, and you'll be able to feel where that key card is. Now remember, the key card is the ace of spades, so spread the cards out and let anyone select a card. In this case, we'll use this card, the 3 of hearts. Now that card will go back into the pack, but not just anywhere back into the pack. You're going to cut right at your key card, the ace of spades. Don't look at it, don't show it to them, just have them place their card back, put your key card on top of it. You don't know what their card is, but you do know what your key card is. Now, ask them to look at their thumbprint. And as you look at their thumbprint, pretend to memorize it and then start to look at the cards. Now you act like you're looking for a thumbprint, but you're not. You're simply looking for the card below your key card, the ace of spades, and in this case you now know that their card is the 3 of hearts. They'll wonder how you did it. Another way that you can reveal the card, we'll use the same setup. Key card is the ace of spades, selection is the 3 of hearts. Start to deal the cards face up onto the table. Now, you'll come to your key card, which in this case is the ace of spades, and you know that the next card is their card, the 3 of hearts. Don't say anything, don't change your tempo, just keep on dealing. And you'll get down about 10, 15 cards past their card. Tell them that the next card you turn over will be their card. They'll think you're crazy, but then just simply reach down, turn over the card below your key card, which is theirs, turn it over, you fooled them, and you've had a lot of fun.